It's 3C2A men's basketball on SoCalCollegeSports.com. Antelope Valley hosting Victor Valley. Coming up at 7 p.m. Join myself, Mike Cepeda, Jeff Stornoff, and Matt Henson with coverage here on SoCalCollegeSports.com.
Away by Jones. Jones gets it back and throws it down to Maurier Jones. And Floyd on the floor for the Marauders. This is Jones looking for Tennant on the alley-oop. And a steal now by Follings. Well, let's see if that ignites something for Antelope Valley. Solis will try for three and hit.
Oh, we'll
5 in a row out of the timeout.
That's a pretty good response. Solis on the three.
23-20. We got it. Jones. Off to Floyd. Good feed from Jones, and Floyd with the cut. Lipson in a crowd, forces one up. Offensive foul. As you get a look at Floyd as a pass, but nobody home. Instead, it's Nwachukwu in from the left and hammers it down. OC getting into the act. 40.
Here's a steal. Highlight opportunity. DeMaurier!
Coming up at 7 p.m. at 3C2A men's basketball live on SoCalCollegeSports.com. Antelope Valley hosting Victor Valley here from Newton Gillette Court on the campus of Antelope Valley College. Join myself, Mike Cepeda, Jeff Stornoff, Matt Henson with you on tonight's coverage. We'll see you at 7.
Spread the word, everybody. If you have friends or family that couldn't make it to tonight's game, be sure to let them know that they can catch all of our broadcasts on our website at www.socalcollegesports.com or our YouTube channel, SoCal College Sports 1. And be sure to tweet at us at SoCal College SPO, that's S-P-O, if you have a shout-out that you'd like us to read on air for one of your favorite players or your favorite team. We'd be more than happy to do so. Tweet that to us at SoCal College SPO, that's S-P-O. Back in a moment.
turns a corner. That pass is stolen by Peyton. Peyton Tinnen. Peyton from long distance and buries the triple. Off the steal, Peyton reads it, gets it himself, fires from about 40 feet, and buries it to tie it up at 31. The short corner, inside Jamar Kemp, kicks back out to Peyton. Peyton thought about it, back to Kemp in the corner, 5 on the shot clock. Great reversal in the corner, this is Follings.
What a feed from Kemp.
Long 2, that's a great pass down low from Kemp. Falling away from the bucket, one-handed pass. I mean, that is LeBron-esque right there on the money in the shooter's pocket.
Kemp nearly has the steal. It's loose now. They do have it. Floyd all alone with the dunk.
And welcome to Antelope Valley College 3C2A men's basketball live on SoCalCollegeSports.com this evening, live from Newton Gillette Court. Mike Cepeda, Jeff Stoynoff, and it's Antelope Valley and Victor Valley and Jeffrey. A battle in the Western State East, and should be a pretty good game. A lot of emotional energy we should see on display. These are two teams that are very familiar with each other. In fact, they met earlier in the season, and Victor Valley came away with a win at Cuyamaca.
Yeah, in a very tight contest throughout, and eventually a 2-point win for Victor Valley. Obviously, the Rams playing with a lot of emotion with the passing of Coach Troy Johnson earlier this season, and obviously that carries a lot of meaning. But this is a team really having a breakthrough season, just 4 wins a year ago, but they come in having lost 2 straight, but still 11-7. So as you look at this matchup on paper, this is about as tough as it gets in the conference. Obviously, Citrus, a top dog here in the conference, at least non-conference, and off to a 2-0 start, looms large. But this is one of the tougher matchups on paper, and you expect Victor Valley to have a lot of weapons here, bring a lot of pace and athleticism in this matchup.
Yeah, Victor Valley has 4 players averaging in double figures on the season. That's not including Aaron Hill, number 4. You'll see tonight for Victor Valley is a player that's not played a lot this season for the Rams, but a player of note in the scouting report for Antelope Valley. In terms of what Antelope Valley wants to do, got to keep on going with Demarie Jones. He had a monster game last week in the game that we covered versus Barstow. Been the lead scorer on the season. And Julian Payton, lead scorer for Antelope Valley, co-lead scorer along with Angelo Solis last time out versus LA Valley on Wednesday. He's somebody who needs to get into the mix, needs to improve his shooting percentage, 5 of 15 from the field last time out, but a little bit more aggressive, and that was with the absence of O.C. Nwachukwu, who did not play on Wednesday due to a foot injury. Yeah,
I think Julian Payton is a very interesting story developing this season for Antelope Valley. A stat that caught my eye in the victory last Wednesday, 3 of 9 from three-point range. 33%, that's not bad, not great. You might want to bump up that percentage. I'm sure that's exactly what Julian Payton wants to do. But the 9 attempts shows me that he is stepping into that role that we've been talking about. A long-range shooter that can stretch the defense. You already have Solis, Jones, and Nwachukwu can do a little bit of that. But if Julian Payton can step forward and be that guy who stretches defense, that's only going to make the Marauders more difficult to defend.
Yeah, averaging double figures in his last couple times out in conference play, a sight that you like to see for Coach John Taylor and company for Antelope Valley. No Wesley DeJesus tonight, no Jamar Kemp. Nursing injuries. It's a shoulder for Wesley, and it's I believe it's a groin injury for Jamar. We're going to see Jamar on Wednesday versus Citrus. We won't have that game for you, but that should be a dogfight. It's a bit of a trap game because Citrus is one that they've marked up on their calendar. They met Citrus earlier in the year at the Compton tournament. A game that they lost, they were up by 5 in the last couple of minutes of that game, let that one slip away. And we just talked about Julian Payton. Julian Payton did not play in that game. That was day 2 of that tournament. He hurt his shoulder that he had operated on 12 months prior to that. So he did not play in that game. He's going to be available, God forbid, barring injury, on Wednesday versus Citrus, and that's going to be an interesting contest. But you can't be looking ahead because this is a team that's looking to rebound after the passing of their coach. They dropped 2 straight in conference to open, but they're still ranked, according to Signal the Light Hoops by John Bynum, number 15 in Southern California. Not a team that you should take lightly. Can't look ahead. This could be a potential trap game, and you have to maintain the focus if you're Antelope Valley.
Yeah, I think the one good thing if you're Antelope Valley this season, certainly among many good things that you can say, is that they have done a good job of taking care of business when they should. The problem for the Marauders has come in some of the closer games against some of the tougher teams that they've played, where they haven't quite been able to close the door despite being right on the doorstep. But I agree with you, absolutely. This is a team that, hey, about a week ago was 11-5 and flying high heading into conference play. They've lost 2 in a row, so you expect them to bounce back. They're an athletic team that plays at a fast pace, so a lot of danger here for Antelope Valley, and they have to indeed take care of business. Otherwise, a big Citrus game next week will get even bigger. You don't want to be coming into that game off a loss.
Not only off the loss, but it's a conference game. Their out of conference schedule or their record rather, isn't all that great. So if they want to be thinking about the playoffs, they have to take care of business here tonight at home. 7 o'clock tip-off time here from Newton Gillette Court on the campus of Antelope Valley College. It's ABC and Victor Valley coming up at 7 p.m. Stay tuned.
And let your friends and family know that if they could not make it to tonight's game, be sure to let them know that they can watch all of our games for free on our website at www.socalcollegesports.com or our YouTube channel, SoCal College Sports 1. And if you have a shout-out that you'd like us to read on air, whether it be for your favorite player or team, we'd be more than happy to do that. Tweet it at us at SoCal College SPO, that's S-P-O. Back in a moment.
Moments away from tip-off here, live from Newton Gillette Court on the campus of Antelope Valley College. SoCalCollegeSports.com presents 3C2A men's basketball, Antelope Valley and Victor Valley. Starters tonight for the Rams: Jermaine Owens, Tristan Angelo, Nathan Clark, Zach Christian, leading scorer for the Rams, and Jarrell Jones. Christian wins the tap, and the Rams, moving from left to right, will start things off.
Michael Obi, who has started 13 games this season, not available tonight for Victor Valley, so it's a little bit smaller lineup on the floor.
In the corner, this is Angelo. Angelo's long rebound by Demarie Jones. It's Jones, Fallings Jr., Solis, Gregory Floyd, and Jelon Tinnen to start things off for the Marauders.
And the book on the Rams is that they want to push pace, so this might be one time we're going to see Antelope Valley making an effort to try and slow the pace down.
Yeah, well, early on, this is going to be Jarrell Jones picking up a foul against Gregory Floyd. Floyd lost it off of a tap. Floyd went after it. He runs over Jones. It's a quick foul for Gregory Floyd. Interesting start here for the Marauders. No Osi Nwachukwu, no Julian Payton to start things off, but trying to switch things up with the absence of Jamar Kemp and Wesley DeJesus. Now, DeJesus usually comes off of the bench, but not available, has a bit of a shoulder issue. Jamar will be back on Wednesday in the big matchup versus Citrus on the road.
You know, and I think Taylor, as we have talked about, Coach Taylor's has a lot of parts here to work with, a lot of talent on this team. But I think even at this point, he's still looking for the right combinations, maybe different guys coming off the bench.
Early trap gets the job done, speeds things up, and it's a turnover for Tristan Angelo.
So much for my idea of slowing it down a little bit, but the Marauders like to get after you on defense, so I don't expect them to go fully away from that either.
And the Rams will employ a full court press of their own.
Yeah, usually do a zone press.
Zone press 2-2-1. So we've been told in the scouting report, so something to keep an eye on there. And if this zone, this full court pressure does become a problem, expect to see Julian Payton early. So at least with it near side, back to Demarie Jones up top. Jones feigns inside, step back dribble, crosses over, gives off the floor. Floyd working against Jones, hands off back to Demarie. Demarie, they switch a guard screen up top. Jelon Tinnen into the lane inside. Gregory Floyd, double team, doesn't matter, he scores.
Nice drop step by Floyd and the finish at the glass.
Yeah, in traffic, that's very impressive there. Owens with it, gives back near side. This is Tristan Angelo. Angelo behind the back, gives off to Christian. Good closeout by Gregory Floyd.
They like to do a lot of that pick and spot up and look for threes.
That's a moving pick on Christian. You got to watch that. Greg comes out. That's a great head. That's a travel.
Nice job. Floyd coming on the double team, maybe getting a measure of revenge from about a minute ago where he was quickly trapped and turned it over. A little tit for tat, and he gets it back. This is an interesting lineup here when they start with Fallings in the lineup because it really allows Jones to operate more as a point forward. They like to work Fallings off the ball more.
Well, Jeff, if you remember in our conversation leading up to last week versus Barstow, we wanted to see a little bit more facilitation from Demarie Jones.
And Jones had a nice stat line, only 11 points against LA Valley in the victory, but 10 rebounds and 5 assists to go with that, just to get to your point there.
And I believe he had 5 assists in the win over Barstow as well, so being more of a facilitator in that role and really expanding his game. He's a force to be reckoned with. Talk about a little bit down in the scoring column, only 11 points in the win over LA Valley, but a win's a win.
Yep. Oh, I think it's by design.
Baseline drive, kick out, turnover, Solis with the steal. Off to Demarie Jones, sloppy play early from both teams.
Yeah, Prana
Jones up the rack, throws it down, Demarie.
Elevation from Demarie. And him get up here.
Big time move from Demarie.
He was a little inside the free throw line, didn't go for the full Jordan, but he really swooped in there and jammed it.
Showing off to Mama Tamisha back home. Jones, give and go from Christian on the outside. Looked like he traveled. Outside pass, baseline drive. That one swatted away. It goes out of bounds. That looked like that went off of Tristan Angelo.
Well, I think Angelo got fouled, so I think the Marauders got away with one there. And I'm sure they'll take it.
I think you might be right. 6 seconds remaining here on the shot clock.
And you need to be aware if you're Victor Valley in this situation.
Marauders have been fantastic defensively. 2 on the shot clock as that one goes off. It's an air ball shot up by Derek Pradia.
That's a great job by Follings, challenging that shot with the shot clock winding down. Jones dribbled it off his foot.
Yeah. Well, I know what Jones is trying to do here. He's trying to put the defense on their heels. He did exactly that with the dunk down the middle. Nobody stopped the ball. Dribbles it off of his foot that time. And it's back to the Rams. ABC up 4-0 early. Christian to his right. Floater up, no good. Good again. Great defense by Gregory Floyd. Maurier Jones brings it up ahead to Floyd. Floyd working on Jones. Floyd's going to fire from 3. Shot up, no good. Rebound tapped around and won by Solis. Solis back to Floyd. Didn't go in at first. Follings down with a long rebound again. Third chance opportunity. Follings can't get it to go. Floyd puts it up, puts it in.
Well, we talked about the smaller lineup on the floor, and Antelope Valley taking advantage right there as Floyd gets on the offensive glass. How about 4th chance points?
Jeff, this is a team in Victor Valley, 14th in the state offensive rebounding numbers. That shot off the mark.
Well, it's not helping that they're not getting a lot of kindness from the rim so far, in addition to the good defense from Antelope Valley.
DeMaurier up ahead to Follings Jr. They're going to slow things up, reset the offense. Jones gets a screen from Tinnen. Jones looking for a pick and roll. Tinnen down the lane, can't get it to go. Christian
executed to near perfection as Tinnen just had to finish at the glass.
Just need to finish. Christian, meanwhile, will lay it up and lay it in, and finally Victor Valley on the board.
Christian, the leading scorer.
Great lead pass from DeMaurier Jones. Follings Jr. finishes on the other end.
Nice job by Follings, sealing off there, laying it in, using his body.
Angelo with it the far side, looking to enter in the high post. Instead, it's a skip pass over to Jermaine Owens. Owens. Back to Pradia. Pradia looking inside. That's a great denial inside by Solis. 3 ball good from Jermaine Owens.
And Tinnen's a little late stepping out there on the rotation. And that allows Owens to get a good look from 3.
Follings driving the lane versus the press. Floyd gets it back. 0 for 2 from deep, but he has 4 early. Floater in the lane. That one off the back iron. Rebounded by Zach Christian.
Little contact on Floyd, no call, and I think that's consistent with the reffing so far here in this one.
Christian with 3 early rebounds. He averages 10 on the season per game. DeMaurier has that one stolen away off of a double team. Back the other way. Numbers for the Rams inside. This is Jones. Jones goes up. He's fouled. This is number 2 on Gregory Floyd.
Well, DeMaurier there trying to break the press off the dribble, attempting to split the double team, and ends up with the turnover. And the Rams take it back the other way and get a couple of free throws out of it.
Back and forth action early on. 14:51 to go in the first half. Victor Valley, Antelope Valley, Western State East Conference play. First free throw up and good by Jarrell Jones, 6'4" freshman.
Nathan Clark checking in for Victor Valley.
We'll see Julian Payton on the floor for the first time tonight, along with O.C. Nuachukwu. They're going to keep Floyd out there, DeMaurier Jones.
And they come on with Jesse Burns.
Jesse Burns.
So it remains a very big lineup on the floor with Nuachukwu, Floyd, and Burns up front for Antelope Valley, and DeMaurier Jones at guard.
Second free throw, no good. Rebound tapped around. Pradia comes up with it. He's going to fire from 3. Pradia, that's good.
And he can shoot it from out there.
It's a team that shoots at 34% from deep. Have a quick timeout as the lead is relinquished the first time tonight. Back to Victor Valley. 14:39 to go. Timeout on the floor. We have a 30-second timeout. We'll be back in a moment here on SoCal College Sports. Tonight's broadcast being brought to you by Gary Payton, NBA Hall of Famer. Team that shoots 34% on the season from 3. Pradia shoots at 42%. So definitely somebody you don't want to give an open look to.
And they allowed him to make that catch and shoot it in rhythm.
The Rams from Victor Valley looking for their first conference win of the season. First time we are going to see John Hamilton on the floor right now. Hamilton gives off a screen to Osi Nwachukwu. Nwachukwu nearly lost it. Has it tapped around. Finally back in the hands of Hamilton. Shot clock expires before Hamilton can get it off. That's a turnover for the Marauders.
Well, the book heading into this one was that if Antelope Valley could make Victor Valley work on defense, that they would get good shots. But so far, it's been the opposite of that. Victor Valley very determined on defense, and they just had a very good set there.
Entering into the high post. This is Zach Christian working on Hamilton. Step back jumper. That's good. It's a long two for Zach Christian.
Well, Christian's got a lot of versatility to his game. We saw him take it to the rim, but he does have the ability to face up and shoot.
Julian Payton now with it. Gets a screen from Hamilton to his left. Gonna reset, survey the defense. Christian steps out on Julian. Julian picks up his dribble. Off to Demarier. Demarier leaves his feet, gives off to Julian Payton. Clear it out. Let me go up against him. Nope. Back to Demarier Jones. 5 on the shot clock. Demarier from 3.
Well, he has definitely found the range again in the last couple of games from long range. That's just a big-time shot. Another good defensive set from Victor Valley, but what can you do?
Offensive bailout from Demarier Jones. He has 5 early points for the Marauders.
You know, Mike, I think you have to be a little concerned right now about Antelope Valley not getting much of anything going toward the basket against this defense that's extending out 30, 35 feet away.
Well, they need to, I think they're being a little bit apprehensive in terms of attacking. Christian has that one tapped away, fouled by Demarier Jones.
Yeah, Jones coming on the double there.
We'll see Daniel Calkins about to check in. Fallings and Solis back onto the floor. Floyd will come off along with Hamilton. So the Marauders will go a little smaller here. Biggest player on the floor is going to be Solis and Nwachukwu. They enter in. Solis, steal. Payton now in transition. Will he try to attack? No, he pulls up. Julian will reset here. Working on the far side. He was going to fire from 3. He's going to be contacted. No call made.
Yeah, it looked like a little contact on the lower body there. No call.
Crossover into the lane. Shot up, no good. They're letting him play here. That was Nathan Clark. Demarier Jones.
Might have been a travel.
Yeah, might have been a travel. No whistle on the floor. Jones will retain possession here. The screen from Osi. Off to Solis. Looked very good in warm-ups. That one's short.
Didn't quite have his feet under him on that shot.
Inside, Calkins has it tapped away by Osi.
Aaron Hill has checked in, and Aaron Hill, as you alluded to at the top, Michael, a player that the Marauder coaching staff very concerned with in this matchup, despite the numbers on the season that don't seem to match up with that, but they are very aware of what he can do.
Near 5-second call. Pretty good job by the Marauders. Tied up at 11 apiece. 12:03 to go. In the first half, Fallings working on Clark. Clark will fire from way downtown. That's short, rebounded by Angelo. Solis off to Julian. Julian going to bring it up. Will reset, gives off to Osi. Osi guarded by Jermaine Owens. Osi, baseline. Over near side, this is Solis off to Fallings Jr. 13 on the shot clock. Back to Payton from 3. Had his feet set. That's out the back iron. Clark in transition, looking up ahead. Payton recovers defensively. Hill puts it up and one.
Well, that's just a great effort by Hill. Payton really gets back there defensively, playing a little defensive back, and it's just an athletic finish by Hill. Takes the contact, gets it up on the rim.
That's a good catch, great pass, and really nothing that Julian can do with it defensively. Free throw well off the mark from Hill.
Yeah, Hill averages just 3.7 points per game, but the feeling is that he's got a lot more offensive potential than that number would indicate.
I'm watching Hill come back, and that's a shot up on the rim by Payton. Payton going to go to the line for 2 here.
You know, is it possible? I'll let you finish your point here.
Hill came back, and that shot was very errant, and he's grabbing his right hand. He's a right-handed player, and You wonder if that's going to affect his shot moving forward. Maybe he got hit on the funny bone or maybe jammed a thumb.
Yeah, it looks like he was holding it right around the thumb.
Yeah.
Julian Payton, we've already seen him take a couple shots from 3. Now he gets himself to the line. And is it possible that Julian Payton is one of those players that just is able to be more aggressive naturally when he comes off the bench? Some guys prefer to start, some guys prefer to come off the bench, and sometimes it just clicks. But obviously this is a little different speed than he normally plays. Careless turnover.
Steal for Fallings Jr. That one's tapped out of bounds, going to stay with the Marauders. And Julian just needs to settle down. He doesn't have very good lower body balance right now. He's either moving forward, and that's 3 shots now that have been long.
Yeah, 75% foul shooter, and he just missed a couple.
Payton inside, Solis, left-handed layup is good over Calkins.
It's a good fake by Solis, and then the finish.
Full court pressure being applied here. Hill, up ahead. Owens, oh, that looked like a travel. Jones, that's a travel. Jarrell Jones whistled for steps. 13 all, 10:55 to go in the first half. Calkins going to come off. Christian back in the lineup. Chukwu.
And here you see again the defense extended out toward half court.
Good screen from Timmon. Frees up Payton. Payton gives it back. This is Fallings. Fallings at the elbow. Shot up. That's good.
Nice job freeing him up with the screen. Christian has returned, meanwhile, for Victor Valley.
Jones.
Hard drive for Jones, and he might have traveled again, yeah.
Well, they're going to call a foul on Solis, and if that's Solis, that's only going to be his first.
Yeah, I'm struck by something that you said earlier, Michael, and I agree 100%, and that is the officiating thus far is very much geared toward letting them play a little more physical from the outside. We're seeing a lot of contact here without a lot of foul calls. And I'm not sure how I feel about it. But, no, it's, obviously I think as long as there's consistency, then the players can adjust to it and play. But you wonder at some point here between a couple of teams that know each other very well if the officials will have to establish some control and maybe start calling things a little bit closer if it starts to get very physical.
Hasn't been chippy thus far, but we'll see. Solis now with it near side for the Marauders, gives off to Payton. Payton gets a screen from Tinnen, splits a double team. Fallings again, almost the same spot, same result.
Well, I like that offensive set. Get the ball inside, then kick it back out, and you see Fallings has room. Meanwhile, trouble against the press. Jones able to beat it, finds Clark.
Tinnen was late, could have had a steal there.
Off to Hill, gets it inside to
Travel.
Christian, in the lane, blocked by Nuachukwu. The Marauders want to run, long pass off of Fallings. The turnover will give it back to Victor Valley. Trailing it by 3 are the Rams, 17-14, 9:43 to go.
Some kind of block from Nuachukwu on that last defensive possession.
Well, they quickly surrounded Christian, who tried to go up with the left hand, but Nuachukwu able to swap that one away with emphasis. Christian warding off Payton, and it's an offensive foul. And he was using the off arm to really ward off Julian Payton, but then he ends up running over, was it Jelon Tinnen?
Yeah, I believe Tinnen.
Who ended up taking the charge. So either way, Christian picks up the foul. It's just his first and just the second on Victor Valley as a team here in the first half. More full court pressure for Victor Valley. Solis over the line. Tinnen swings it across to Payton. Over to Fallings, who scored the last 4 for Antelope Valley. Payton directing traffic, shot clock at 12. Gets a screen from Tinnen. Across to Solis. Starts a drive, just tries to flip one up. It's batted around, and now a breakout. Jones gets it ahead, and the lay-in for Victor Valley. Jermaine Owens with the finish. So the turnover leads to a bucket, back to a 1-point game.
Solis has to be stronger with it.
Nuachukwu fouled over on the far sideline.
Good job by Osi, staying strong with the basketball. The double comes over, he drives through it, and he picks up a foul.
Here comes Demorie Jones replacing Solis. So it's Fallings and Payton in the backcourt. Jones, Nuachukwu, and Tinnen up front for Antelope Valley. Smaller lineup on the floor. And, Mike, I think they were having a little more success early in this game with a bigger lineup on the floor. But it is complicated, of course, by the fact that Floyd has 2 fouls. So he might not be available here. Nuachukwu in the corner. A drive on Jones. Pulls up, short.
Bad angle.
Hill has the rebound. Here come the Rams looking for the lead. Angelo jets in and dunks it. Wow. Tristan Angelo. Nobody stops the ball. And Angelo finishes at the rim. Now this one's poked away by Owens. It's another turnover.
Travel.
Owens. The 3 is no good. Pradia had a good look. Nuachukwu has the rebound, and right now it looks like Antelope Valley's still struggling a little bit with this pace.
There you go, Joey.
Although as Peyton knocks one down.
Yeah, this is a pace, though, that we've seen Antelope Valley thrive on, but they're a little shell-shocked here. I don't know if they've dealt with a team that's had this much athleticism outside of Victor Valley.
Hill's leaner won't go. Here comes Jones.
These teams are almost mirror images of each other in terms of personnel.
I think it's something about the defense, the way that they're hawking the ball, that right now is really throwing the Marauders off. Well, Tinnen goes down. Yeah. Foul called.
Could be going against Pradia.
It is on Pradia. That's his first, 4th team foul. Jones will bring it in. Foul line extended right. Solis will return, replacing Tinnen, so the lineup gets even smaller. Coach John Taylor just going smaller and smaller here in the first half. Nuachukwu runs into Jones, and the foul called.
Christian? No. I'm going to go against Jones.
So that'll be the first on Jones. Just 5 team fouls, so still no free throws. Peyton will bring it in baseline right.
Jones got to come off and shoot that.
Peyton's got it back, shot clock at 15. Solis catch and shoot for 3, rims high, no good. Hill with another rebound. Angelo again, jetting all the way to the glass. Nuachukwu sends it out of play.
If Antelope Valley's starting a volleyball team, Nuachukwu is going to be the first man up.
Said, listen, only 1 highlight reel dunk in the first half on us, says O.C. Nuachukwu.
O.C. saying, hey, can you put a block up there?
Christian's baseline jumper won't go. Peyton high up for the rebound. Gets it ahead to Jones. In from the right, scoops it in.
Great finish.
21-18, Demarie Jones gives the Marauders a 3-point lead. Now Peyton trying to get a hand in there. It's out of play, and it will stay with Victor Valley. Boy, I'll tell you, Tristan Angelo plays about 1,000,000 miles an hour.
1,000,000 miles an hour,
but he's under control. It's not, it's not, you don't get the sense that he's completely out of control, just really fast.
He's an impressive athlete, and 7:01 remaining. They're going to bring back Greg Floyd's got to be careful here.
Angelo will bring it in. Hill enters it into Christian. Turnaround shot, double pump, it's good, and a foul.
Christian giving Solis the business, and he's got to be careful. And if you're the referee, it's a good job by the crew, specifically the lead referee on the play. He's giving Christian a talking to, say, you know what, we don't need that. Just play ball. You just scored a basket, now hit a free throw.
Yep. Well, one of the things I always get the sense, too, is it's one of those situations where you're always going to get in trouble if you're talking right to the other player. Sometimes maybe there's a steal by Owens. Owens in on Peyton, hangs, gets it up and good. Athletic finish from Owens. But if you talk right at the defender, you're going to draw the official every single time. That's what I'm saying, is sometimes you got to turn around and say it to nobody in particular.
See a lot in the NBA. Go, Floyd.
Floyd into the lane. Leaner won't go, but a foul called. This is going to be free throws for Gregory Floyd.
I don't know what it is. I mean, watching the Marauders in the warm-ups, they look very locked in, very focused, specifically Angelo Solis. And I got to tell you, they're very out of sorts right now. Gregory Floyd not recognizing that he's completely wide open. He allows the defense to react and recover. He's going to get a couple shots coming his way, but he could have been at the rim in a hurry. And instead, he has to settle for 2 free throws.
Mike, I really think it's the hands on defense. Though, one thing that is even more curious about this dynamic in the first half is this is not the first 10 minutes they've played against these guys. They had 40 minutes earlier this season, back on December 30th.
In a loss.
In a 76-74 loss. So this is not exactly personnel that they've never seen before.
Well,
1 out of 2 for Floyd.
Jeff, another thing to consider here, no Wesley DeJesus, and DeJesus might not be a monster statistically, but the energy that he provides off of the bench, you see a 3 right there from the far side by Jermaine Owens. He's second.
The book on Owens is a lot of talent, and he'll hit tough shots.
Yeah, well, the talent is translated to 10 points here in the first half.
26-22, and right now he's feeling it, and that's not a great sign for the Marauders. Peyton drops it down low.
Great move.
Nuachukwu leaning left, and he scores.
That is Olajuwon. That's just great post footwork. That's
Clark
out of bounds.
tiptoeing the baseline, and he stepped out of bounds.
He tiptoed it very well.
Well, Peyton, the defensive back, is vindicated. We saw him get beat before for a 3-point play, but that time, good defense on Clark, good coverage, I guess, if I can finish the metaphor, and he gets the turnover. Tinnen has returned, handling the ball out front. Off to Nuachukwu. And again, the offense, Michael, 25, 30 feet out. As Nuachukwu starts a move, stops and pops from 16, back iron, no good, tapped out of play.
Stay here.
Clark and Floyd both going after it, and it's off of Clark, so it'll belong to Antelope Valley. Back to a bigger lineup on the floor for Coach John Taylor.
Watch the lob.
There's the lob for Jones! Oh my!
The box, okey doke. Jones up top for the finish.
Wow. Tied at 26, 5:28 to go. A timeout on the floor. You're watching Antelope Valley College basketball on SoCalCollegeSports.com. Tied at 26, 5:28 to go here in the first half. Full court pressure from Antelope Valley. Angelo around Nuachukwu, fans it out. Christian will try from 3 and hit, and he can hit from out there. He's better than 40% on the season as well. 3-point lead for the Rams. Antelope Valley able to easily break the press, and now Peyton will set up between the circles.
Well, they're doing a good job of breaking the press. Now they just need to break the half court.
Peyton gets it back in the weave. Shot clock at 11. Around the screen from Floyd. Poked away by Owens. Owens in and lays it up. Missed it. On the floor, Pradia's right there, and he'll finish.
DeMaurier, you got to get back. Pradia beats him to the spot. It's a turn, and it's an easy bucket. 5-0 run.
Yeah, hustle points right there. Nuachukwu for 3. That's too strong. Clark has the rebound for the Rams. In on Floyd. Angelo checked by Peyton. Finds Pradia. Angelo drives it, hangs in the air, scoops and scores.
Man, Angelo's impressive.
Tristan Angelo makes it a 7-0 run. Good response after the DeMaurier Jones alley-oop jam had tied it. It's the Rams who've come back strong with 7 in a row. Nuachukwu guarded closely by Pradia. Jones dancing on the dribble. Shot clock down to 7. Gets a screen from Tinnen. Fires a pass down low. Floyd fouled by Christian. And Christian's still talking.
Give him
and
a
there
T.
it is. That's it.
How is that a double T? Call one on 5. You had a warning earlier.
Yeah, I got to tell you, Michael, not a good call. Floyd walks away right away. As soon as the whistle happens, he's walking away, and you can see we have a great view of it. Christian absolutely following there, talking to him. You can see it. Well, I'll tell you what, as I'm taking a look at the replay, to be fair, it does look like Floyd initially walked away and then turned around just maybe to say one thing. And that might have been what brought on the double technical.
But you got one player who's already been warned by the referee, and then you have another one who, albeit very emotional, hadn't been warned.
Yep.
No, I know what they're trying to do. They tried to do this with Barstow. You have 2 lead scorers for Barstow final out because they were trying to get into the head of Gregory Floyd. Didn't work that game. They're trying to do the same thing right now. I hate the double technical foul.
Is it possible that they're that aware of Gregory Floyd, that this is intentional in terms of trying to get into his head specifically?
Go ask Dennis Rodman if he was aware of his, opponent's weak spots mentally.
I guess that's what I'm asking here is there enough awareness here in the 3C2A of an individual player?
Yeah, I think
because it does look like we do tend to see it. But getting back to the point, I think, again, to be fair, it does look like upon watching the replay that Floyd might have turned around just to say one thing, and that was enough to draw the double technical. I think you still could have called it just on Christian. I think he did a lot more to instigate what was happening there. But either way, we see the double technical called. Floyd does hit both free throws, so that breaks the run, and Antelope Valley now trails it by 5. Angelo swings it across to Pradia. Pradia drops it down low. Clark double teamed on the baseline. Back out to Hill. Shot clock down to 5. Angelo's going to have to force something up. The teardrop is good. Tristan Angelo.
Jeff, it's a great observation that you made earlier about Angelo and his ability to stay under control. That is textbook with a little athleticism sprinkled on top.
Solis with room at rims high, no good. Another rebound for Clark. Victor Valley done a terrific job on the defensive glass after some struggles early. Angelo, nobody picks him up. Double pump won't go, tipped up, no. The rebound's tapped around. Jones had it, and he's fouled in the backcourt. This is going to go, I believe, it will go against Derek Pradia, and this is a 1-and-1 situation now. So Jones heading to the line for a free throw, maybe 2. And Antelope Valley, after a pretty strong start, Michael, in the first few minutes of this one, trailing by 7.
Yeah. And
they're having their difficulties here with Victor Valley, even though I think the pace is where you want it if you're Antelope Valley. 35-28 here with 2:41 to go in the first half.
Well, right now, the Marauders are being out Antelope Valley by Victor Valley. Transition
Jones.
Game being won by the Rams, and well, offensively, the Marauders just have to get their feet under them.
Second free throw rims out. They get it quickly into the front court. Jones in a crowd, good defense. Hamilton has the rebound. Follings, hounded by Owens, gets it off to Jones. They try to trap him, circling around a Hamilton screen. And is this going to be Hamilton in a moving screen?
It's going to be Hamilton in a moving screen, but the reason why it's called is because DeMaurier is not setting up Hamilton for success on that screen. He tries to go through Hamilton and the defender instead of going around the pick. And Hamilton's whistled for the foul call because he's trying to get out of the way. Well, what happens when the guy setting the pick tries to get out of the way? He's moving. It's a moving pick.
Hill back to Angelo. 2-3 zone now for the Marauders. Christian with the baseline jumper. Long rebound tracked down by Clark. Second chance here for the Rams.
That was Calkins.
Calkins, thank you. Hill lost the handle on the way up. He wanted a foul, no call. Foulings has it for Antelope Valley. Outside, Solis. Back to Foulings. Spin move by Sirocco. The floater won't go. The rebound controlled by Clark again.
A great move by Rocco. Just can't finish.
Nathan Clark has done a tremendous job coming off the bench on the defensive glass. Remember, Antelope Valley had a lot of success early on the offensive glass in the first few minutes. But they are pretty much one and done over the last about 15 minutes in this game. Clark, long three, barely drew iron.
That's a good defensive set there for Marauders. Now it's a team that can shoot it pretty well from three, but that's an extended three. That's almost an NBA range three. You'll take that every day of the week.
Solis back to Jones. Jones step back three is good.
13 now in the first half for DeMarie Jones. Had 11 the last time out versus LA Valley. Last time here versus Barstow a week ago, 30 plus.
How do you like the prospect as Angelo shovels it to Calkins? Calkins goes to the reverse and lays it in. How do you like the prospect of trying to guard DeMarie Jones when he's red hot from long range?
I don't like it if I'm Victor Valley.
And that's where he is right now. And it's a hard guy to step out on. Meanwhile, the Marauders turn it over off the hands of Tinnin.
Well, a good thing here about DeMarie Jones, he's hot. One thing I don't like is the off-ball movement. It's terrible.
It's a 5-point lead, about a 10-second difference between shot clock and game clock, so the Marauders will get another chance here late in the first half. Angelo over to Owens. Owens tries to lob it. It's blocked. Angelo gets it back. Down to 4 on the shot clock. Angelo off to Calkins. Tries to reverse again. Partially blocked, I believe, by Tinnin.
This is going to be, it's going to have to be like a tip jam type of play because there's less than a second on the shot clock.
Got to be aware. Down to 1 on the shot clock. Angelo will bring it in. Here comes Niwachukwu. Well, here comes the enforcer on the inside. O.C. Niwachukwu already with a couple of blocks here in the first half.
They're going to go for a lob play here. Watch out for Hill.
Quickly in, Hill gets one up on the rim, almost got it to go. Down to 6 seconds. Follings jets into the front court. Out on the wing, Jones forces one up. No foul call, and now a little more talk between Jones and Calkins, and they're going to have to be separated. And they're going to have to get control here, Michael.
Well, Christian comes off of the bench. He's not even in the game. And you're exactly right.
Owens is doing a little bit of talking down there. You know, Calkins immediately walked away with his hands up, but it's hard to imagine that DeMarie Jones wasn't reacting to something the way that he got up.
Well, I think there were some words there that DeMarie did not appreciate. And both coaches are going to be called to center court here. Talk about, hey, you need to taper down the emotion. Jeff, we talked about the potential upside for emotion in this ball game, obviously with the passing of Coach Johnson earlier in the year for Victor Valley. They've lost 2 in a row in conference. You had to know that the emotion had the potential for erupting, and you're exactly right. The referees have to get control right now. This could get ugly in the second half if they don't.
You know, Mike, I hate to say, I'm loath to say I told you so, but we talked a little bit about at the outset that they also let a physical, presence in this game early on. And I think that may have contributed a little bit to it. They were letting them play in the first several minutes of that, and then when that happens so often, then you don't exactly know where to draw the line, and it only got more physical from there. So we'll see how it happens, or how it moves forward here in the second half. 37-32 at the break. Victor Valley with the lead on SoCalCollegeSports.com.
Spread the word, everybody. If you have friends or family that couldn't make it to tonight's game, be sure to let them know that they can watch all of our broadcasts for free on our website at www.socalcollegesports.com, as well as our YouTube channel, SoCal College Sports 1. And if you have a shout out to one of your favorite teams or players, be sure to tweet that to us at SoCal College SPO, that's SPO, and we'll get that on the air for you. At the half, Victor Valley leads Antelope Valley 37-32. Back in a moment. And once again, if you have friends or family that couldn't make it to tonight's game, be sure to let them know that they can watch all of our broadcasts on our website at www.socalcollegesports.com or our YouTube channel, SoCal College Sports 1. And if you have a shout out to one of your favorite teams or players, be sure to tweet that at us at SoCal College SPO, S-P-O, and we'll get that on the air for you. Back in a moment.
Now with it turns a corner, that pass is stolen by Peyton. Peyton from long distance and buries the triple. Off the steal, Peyton reads it, gets it himself, fires from about 40 feet, and buries it to tie it up at 31. Short corner, inside Jamar Kemp, kicks back out to Peyton. Peyton thought about it, back to Kemp in the corner, 5 on the shot clock. Great reversal in the corner, this is Fallings.
What a feed from Kemp.
Long two, that's a great pass down low from Kemp. Falling away from the bucket, one-handed pass. I mean, that is LeBron-esque right there, on the money in the shooter's pocket.
Kemp nearly has the steal. It's loose now. They do have it. Floyd all alone with the dunk.
Halftime from Antelope Valley, 37-32. Victor Valley on top of AVC, and Jeffrey, chippy at the end of the first half between both teams.
Yeah, chippy in the last several minutes of that first half, starting with a double technical. And obviously, at this point, if you're Antelope Valley, you can't continue with this dynamic. I think it's really gotten to them. And how they adjust to that and move forward here in the second half, and what's obviously still a very winnable game is going to be the key.
Yeah, the thing that they're struggling with right now, they were very good out of the gate. Gregory Floyd was a monster on the boards, but when he went away, picked up that second foul, they were a decidedly different team, not only athletically, but rebounding the basketball. And when you don't have that energy coming off of the bench to really mitigate his absence in the lineup with Wesley DeJesus, who comes in flying from the weak side, it seems every game that we see him with, when you lose that type of depth, you can't have Gregory Floyd missing as much time as he did in the first half. Oh, and he did pick up a technical. So that's 3 fouls that he has. He's 2 away from going home early tonight.
Yeah, with the exception of Sirocco Fallings and DeMaurier Jones, the rest of the Marauders are shooting 5 of 17 from the floor. So Sirocco's knocked down 3 of 5, and DeMaurier Jones with 13 in the first half, 5 of 6. They've been able to find the answer, but obviously what would be ideal here if you're Antelope Valley is a couple of other guys stepping up and knocking down some shots. But that, to me, Michael, that has a lot more to do with scheme. They have to get something going toward the basket against this pressure defense.
Yeah, well, I think the thing that they were struggling with was having that second guy that can get their own shot, and Osi Nwachukwu getting his own shot. And unfortunately, Osi not the same player right now that we saw last week, a lot in part due to that toe injury that he sustained that kept him out of Wednesday's matchup. He's not right. He's not 100%. Going to have to battle through it, and somebody else is going to have to step up. You're exactly right. Angelo Solis had 13 in the win versus LA Valley. He is ice cold here tonight so far. About to get second half underway here. Arrow in favor of the Marauders. And DeMaurier enters into Sirocco Fallings. It's the same starting 5. 10 in, DeMaurier Jones. Gregory Floyd, that one tapped out of bounds by Victor Valley. Going to stay here, 20 on the shot clock.
Yeah, it looked like that might have actually been kicked down by DeMaurier Jones, but Antelope Valley gets the call. Floyd playing with 3 fouls right now. That's something to keep in mind.
DeMaurier looking for a lob, 5 seconds. Sirocco didn't have a contingency plan. He was looking for DeMaurier all the way, and that was well guarded. So it's a turnover. Angelo with it, gives far side. Up top, back to Jarrell Jones. Angelo looking to enter at the high post. It's a 2-3 zone look here from the Marauders. Clark in the corner, Christian well guarded, better offense.
Well, Solis really matching up there in the 2-3 zone, but Christian's size is really creating a problem, and he's able to just stroke that jumper.
The size and the ability, we've seen him very versatile here tonight. He's got a 3, he's hit a couple of perimeter jumpers, Tinnen inside, he's fouled by Clark.
Nice job executing the pick and roll, and Clark on the rotation ends up picking up the foul.
Really like Tinnen on the inside there, using his body to shield off the defender, position himself perfectly. Now he's just got to connect at the stripe. Tinnen scoreless thus far tonight.
50% foul shooter.
And he's on the board.
Gets the Don Nelson roll.
Padilla will come in for Clark. For Clark, I believe that's his 3rd foul. And indeed it is.
Is it time for me to stop making references from, I believe, 1969 or 1970?
Second free throw up and good.
The Don Nelson shot. It's all right. When he gets to be 50 years old, I'm going to retire that one.
Still in your array right now. 2-2-1 press from the Marauders. Angelo kicks out. This is Owens. Owens turns a corner, step back jumper, well guarded by Fallings, and it's an impressive offensive again here from Victor Valley.
Well, Owens is a streak shooter. I think it's safe to say shooting under 40% from the field on the season, but he's feeling it tonight. He's not an under 40% field goal shooter tonight.
Rocco looking for a roll. Tinnen reverses it far side. DeMaurier looking for point 16. No.
Pradia with the challenge there.
Angelo, a blur in the open court, has that one blocked out of bounds by Tinnen. Going to stay here with the Rams.
Nice job by Tinnen. Challenging that shot and not picking up the foul.
Angelo going to enter in. He'll enter into Jones. Jones out to Owens. Padilla. Owens now looking inside. Terrible spacing here from the Rams in the half court. They're going to get bailed out? No, it's a bad jumper. It's rebounded by Tinnen.
Yeah, heat check of sorts there for Owens.
Yeah. More like a brick check. Fallings to the bucket. Left-handed layup. Nobody's fouled by Jones.
That's a nice job there by Rocco on that one. So often he does a great job of creating space for himself, creating spacing and being ready to catch and shoot, and that's more of his game. But he flashes that a little bit there off the dribble. Show that you're willing to drive all the way to the basket and show that to the defender. And right there, he catches Jones completely off guard and is able to get to the line.
It's a great job by Rocco. Good patience and rhythm at the stripe. Nothing but net on the first. Second free throw off the back iron. Rushed it.
You know, Antelope Valley this season near the top 10 in the 3C2A in steals per game, but I haven't seen a whole lot of those so far tonight.
Christian from 3 off the back iron, rebounded up high by DeMaurier Jones.
I'd like to see them get back to those good active hands.
DeMaurier through his legs into the lane, shot up and good. DeMaurier Jones now at 15.
Well, he's able to get around Christian there and finish at the rim.
They need more of that. Spacing offensively just not there right now. Pretty good job by the Marauders packing in. Jones from 3, that one off the mark.
That's a shot you can live with if you're Antelope Valley. Jones shoots 30% from three-point range, but he's not a prolific shooter from out there.
Rocco, meanwhile, from 3. Victor Valley now by the slimmest of margins. Timeout, Victor Valley. 16:49 to go. And the Marauders chipping it back in. Back in a moment.
All of our broadcasts can be watched on our website at www.SoCalCollegeSports and our YouTube channel at SoCal College Sports 1. So let your friends and family know that they can watch any of our games online if they can't make it to a game. And if you have a shout out you'd like to get on the broadcast, tweet that to us at SoCal College SPO. That's SPO. Back in a moment.
And subscribe too.
Oh yeah, and subscribe, of course.
Demarie Jones with 15, but Sirocco Fallings Jr. now in the double digits with 10 after the made three. More pressure applied here. It's a half-court trap. Christian inside. Floyd now into the ball game. That shot off the mark. And you have to wonder if Floyd's presence made that shot go off the mark from Christian. Christian with 12 along with Jermaine Owens. Rocco guarded closely by Hill. Drives the lane. Floater up and good. Sirocco Fallings.
Well, he's challenging this pressure defense there from Hill and gets around and able to get to the front of the rim.
Well, that's what you had to do early on in this ball game. The Marauders had a lot of success going at the pressure in the half court.
Let's see if this picks up the defensive intensity for Antelope Valley.
The lead back to the Marauders by one, 42-41. Angelo enters into the high post, the mid post to Christian. Christian, one dribble, kicks it back out to Angelo. Christian, you can't go to sleep on him from three. The big man again, his second triple of the night.
Well, Floyd falls asleep for just a second defensively and allows Christian to get a good look.
Turnover from Fallings, 3-on-1. Angelo up ahead. That shot blocked by Tinnen, it looked like. Up ahead now, back the other way. Demarie evades a double team. That shot up, no good. Thought there was contact. Tinnen comes in for the offensive rebound off of the leg of Gregory Floyd. It'll go back to the Rams. A helter-skelter pace here. 15:30 to go in the second half. The Rams back with a 2-point lead. Angelo. On the dribble, enters into Christian. Christian has that pass stolen by Floyd.
Good job by Floyd reading the passing lane and jumping that pass.
It seemed like a bait there from Floyd. Demarie spits and double team, slam dunk.
How about the tomahawk?
See you working, Demarie, big time.
Well, once he splits that double team, nobody home and it's good night.
15:02 to go, and the momentum now in favor of the Marauders. They've tied it up at 44 all. Angelo going to bring it up here for the Rams to Hill. Hill, we talked about his shooting hand being taped up in the first half, foul by Osi. Christian will go to the stripe.
And Christian continues to show his versatility. We've seen him face up and hit a couple of shots from long range, but there's good work down in the low post going right after Nuachukwu.
Free throws on the season for Zach Christian has been a struggle, 50% from the line. Trying to establish his rhythm, and he's off.
Yeah, here's a guy who shoots about 45% from three.
Needs to take a step back.
And about 48% from the free throw line, and you gotta think that's a little bit mental. That was a pretty good stroke on the second one, but he's right at his average.
And it went in. Tinnen, lazy pass, that one nearly stolen, gets away with the travel there. Rocco Fallings off to Julian Payton. Payton inside to Osi Nuachukwu. Osi out to Payton. Payton, good rhythm three, that's good. Julian Payton.
And there they burn Tristan Angelo.
ABC now with a 2-point lead. Christian thought about it from three, enters inside. He has Hill. Hill, fadeaway jumper, that's good.
Hill with another good finish at the rim. We saw that in the first half. He's got 4.
And at the high post, Nuachukwu thought about it from three, hesitated into the high post. Sirocco Fallings, his fadeaway's no good. Rebounded by Christian. 47 all, 13:58 to go. Owens with it into the short corner. Here's Christian. Christian guarded by Peyton. Peyton, nothing he can do but foul him.
That's a good job. They get the switch. Owens working the pick and spot up with Christian, and they get Christian matched up with Peyton, and Nuachukwu picks up the foul coming over to help.
Obviously a bad matchup right there, and that's pretty good offense in the half court. Better offense from the Rams to force the switch. Clark with it out front. Christian. Far side, this is Angelo from 3. Tristan Angelo gives the Rams a 3-point lead.
Well, thus far overall in the season, that hasn't been a big part of their offense. They've knocked down a few
Jones, up and under move, not there, gets his own rebound, goes up with it, a lot of contact, no call. He'll get his own rebound, third chance opportunity for DeMaurier. Inside, Nuachukwu lays it up and lays it in.
Well, let's see if that gets OC going a little bit. Good finish to get Antelope Valley back within 1.
Angelo enters the Clark. Gets it back inside, Clark up and under move, that's good. It's a great give and go. Rocco with it on the far side, gives back to Peyton. That pass nearly stolen here by Owens. Pretty good defensive pressure here from Jermaine. Peyton over to OC. OC inside, that block by Christian. OC gets it back and persistence prevails, and OC with little mouth chatter back to Christian. Better stay active, big man.
Christian blocks that shot, but OC says, hey, I'm still working.
One thing you're not going to do with OC Nuachukwu, you're not going to outwork that man. Angelo, double team, enters to Christian, wide open Clark, baseline jumper, blocked up top by OC, but a foul. Looks pretty clean. See the replay here.
Well, he gets blocked as much as anything by the rim, but I think it's a good call catching him with the body.
Not Mike watch. That's what OC said. Love the energy here from Nuachukwu. The 2 shots coming here. Nathan Clark.
Clark shoots 73% from the line.
Looks like he missed the first one. Stojinks. I'll give you that one. Second free throw, rims out.
I didn't even have to say anything on that one.
The lead remains 1 here for Victor Valley. Floyd with it. Cross-court pass over to Julian Payton. Payton going to reset the offense. 17 on the shot clock. Payton over to DeMaurier. DeMaurier is going to get a screen from Gregory Floyd. Floyd rolling to the basket. No. OC Nuachukwu looking for Floyd. No. OC will fire from 15. That's off the mark. Angelo with a rebound. He traveled. Angelo now in transition off the Hill. Hill fading away from the basket. Lays it up and lays it in.
Well, Angelo able to get deep into the lane before anyone comes over to find him, and instead gets it off to Hill for the finish. But it's not easy to get in front of Tristan Angelo, to be fair.
Payton gets around his defender, lays it up, lays it in, and 1, Julian Payton.
Well, he's given the Rams a little bit of their own medicine here. A little hesitation, and a soft finish.
That's one that's going to make Dad proud.
Yeah, you know what that was? That was a terrific finish with just a little bit of craft.
A lot of bit of craft.
Thrown in there, too, with that body positioning and able to draw that contact and get the shot up.
I don't know if he called bank on the free throw, but he's going to take it with a wry smile, walking back down on defense. 54 all, 11-11 to go. Clark enters high post. Owens up and under. Wow, what a move.
It's a great finish
That's
with the shot blocker, Nuachukwu, right there, but Owens able to go under.
That's a horse layup. Gregory Floyd drives the lane, lays it up, can't get it to go. Tapped back up and in by Rocco Fallings.
How about Fallings getting on the offensive glass?
Hill going to bring it up now for Victor Valley. Owens can't lay off him. He was very streaky in that first half. He's in double digits right now. Good defensive set so far for the Marauders. Cross-court pass. They're trying to open it up. Angelo enters high post. Calkins, that pass stolen.
That's read by Nuachukwu all the way. And now the Marauders looking for the lead. Nuachukwu checked by Calkins. Baseline drive, splits the double team outside, and they work it around. Jones drives the lane, scoops, no good. Calkins has the rebound. Angelo leading the break. Clark thought about it, now kicks it back out. The Rams will set up. Into Calkins. Calkins kicks it back out. Shot clock at 15.
And you see the offensive efficiency take a massive dip with Christian not on the floor right now. He's at the scorer's table. He'll check in next dead ball.
Hill angles left, out to Calkins, down to 4 on the shot clock. Calkins kicks it out. Owens with the 3, too strong. Floyd snatches down the rebound.
Good defensive set up until the end. They get lucky on the missed 3 there from Owens.
Payton hands to Jones. Looking for Floyd on the cut. Owens has the steal. Ahead to Clark. Clark in from the right. He's hammered, no call. Owens corrals it, goes into Calkins.
Jeff, you and I talked about with the game getting chippy at the end of the first half, they might not let them play as much as they were in the first half. They stayed consistent. Give the referees a lot of credit for that.
Not going to change it, just going to settle things down. Owens into the lane. The leaner won't go. Tapped out to Payton. Payton has a 2-on-1 with Floyd. Off to Floyd. One bounce, missed the layup. Back out to Clark. 3-on-3 coming back the other way. And a timeout called by Victor Valley. They had a 3-on-2 developing. It's a 30-second timeout. 8:52 to go in the ball game. Back and forth we go. A couple of good looks for both teams. But yeah, Michael, I'm a little surprised here that in the second half, still pretty physical out there, and a lot of contact going uncalled. And yeah, in the end, I guess we're always harping on consistency. So credit where credit's due. Yeah. They're not gonna completely depart from how they've been calling the game. And I think a lot of credit here should be handed out to both coaches as well, because I think both coaches have done a good job of getting their teams under control. We haven't really seen any talk about that. And after they talked to both coaches heading into the locker room, I think both coaches did a good job, obviously, of settling their teams down and keeping this thing clean here in the second half.
8:52 to go in this one. Catch this broadcast live on our YouTube channel, SoCal College Sports 1. So check out the website, www.socalcollegesports.com. And if you have a chance and you're on our channel, SoCal College Sports 1, feel free to subscribe.
So Zach Christian has returned, and he brings it in. Skip pass out to Pradia. Across, Clark, hard drive to the rim, lays it up, good and one.
The help's got to come over.
We talked about Clark in the first half and what he was able to do on the boards in particular, but now in the second half, he's starting to assert himself offensively.
Solis, what are you doing? I mean, that's about as Olay a defense as you get right there in the lane. You got to come over and challenge.
Lou Brown would be proud.
So would Roger Dorn.
We can make cross-sport movie references.
I'm sure we can. Nobody's going to pick up on it anyway.
Clark misses the free throw, I should say, so it's just a 2-point lead for Victor Valley. Solis over to Payton. It's Payton along with Solis, Nuachukwu, Follings, and Jesse Burns on the floor. This is Follings. High arcing 3 off the back iron. Pradia has the rebound. Meanwhile, it's Jones and Angelo along with Clark, Pradia, and Christian on the floor for Victor Valley. Pull up from Angelo, no good. Clark on the offensive glass, but Burns stones him.
Should stay here. Arrows should be in favor of the Rams.
So the jump ball called.
Well, it's a good block there by Burns, but Burns got to do a better job of getting the initial rebound. It's exactly what he's in there for. And he can't go to sleep on defense here on the inbounds play.
So Burns matched up with Christian. As Angelo will bring it in, out to Clark. They try to enter it into Christian, but Burns knocks it away to Nuachukwu. Nuachukwu, hard drive, and he's fouled before the shot.
15 foul now on the Rams.
8:01 to go in the game. Both teams now with 5 team fouls here in the second half. Meanwhile, that is the 4th foul on Clark, and he has been a key contributor here for Victor Valley. And here comes Jermaine Owens to the scorer's table. He's going to check in, presumably for Clark. Burns, left to the lane, drop step, and he lays it in.
That's a great job by Julian Payton finding his big man. We'll see the replay. Look at that feed, good footwork, keeps his pivot, soft touch at the rim. And it's a timeout on the floor, tying up at 58 all.
All after the hoop by Burns ties it up for Antelope Valley. Aaron Hill hands off to Pradia. This is Jarrell Jones. Shot clock at 16 as Hill faces up on Nuachukwu. In the corner to Jones. He's quickly trapped. And he tries to swing it back out, and this is going to be a turnover.
Jones been a little suspect tonight. That's his second travel under pressure.
Well, they deliver the pass in a really bad spot for Jarrell Jones, and I think when he catches the ball in the corner there, he's just got to give that ball up right away. The longer he holds it, the more trouble he's in.
Agreed.
Solis, guarded closely by Owens, near steal by Jones. He almost got it back. Shot clock at 19, Payton. Off to Nuachukwu, back to Julian Payton. Spins, now starts a drive. Nuachukwu for three, off the back iron. Jones has the long rebound, leaves it for Owens. He shovels to Hill. This is Christian. Christian, catch, fakes, pulls up from 10 feet, too strong. Follings has the rebound.
What a great closeout by Osi.
No numbers. Follings hesitates, now drives off the side of the backboard.
It's a terrible drive and a terrible decision by Rocco. Pull it out, get a good shot.
Christian finds Jones open for three. It's too strong. Knocked out of bounds. Who does it belong to? It's going to stay with Victor Valley.
I think it's Alpha Solis, though. Clark back in the ball game, working with 4 fouls.
So it's Owens along with Hill in the backcourt. Clark, Pradia, and Christian on the floor up front for Victor Valley. Tie ball game, 6:31 to go. Christian. And they'll get it back to Hill to set up. Plenty of time on the shot clock, 22. Owens wants Christian down low, but instead he goes up top. Hill with the three, rimming no. Rebound pulled down by Pradia. And he lost it out of bounds back to Antelope Valley. And all of a sudden, Michael, defense seems to be the order of the day. Both teams have gone cold. Burns remains in the game. This is Solis. Ahead to Nuachukwu, guarded closely by Christian. Follings between the circles. Or rather, this is Payton, picked up by Christian in a switch. Step back three, Julian Payton, no good. Nuachukwu on the offensive glass. One dribble, lays it up and scores.
That's the advantage you have. When you bring out Christian working on Payton, you lose the rebounding edge inside. Nuachukwu feasts on it. Antelope Valley now with a 2-point lead.
When these two teams met earlier this year, Osi Nuachukwu had 25 points and 16 rebounds.
That is textbook right there from Zach Christian. I love it. Turns and faces, keeps the ball high, buries it from 15.
Back to a tie game, 5:23 and counting. Payton with the crossover. Finds Follings. Follings. Checked by Owens.
It's great defense by Owens.
Again, Follings. Leaning over the dribble. Looking for a backdoor cut. There's Payton. Lays it in.
That's great recognition there from Follings. Finds Payton, and Payton with a nifty touch.
What a job off the ball by Julian Payton. Sets his man up perfectly for the backdoor cut.
Basketball in the blood.
62-60, Antelope Valley. Back to a 2-point lead. A nail-biter here from AVC. Clark open and lays it in.
And right now, you have to take Solis out of the game. He's just not getting it done defensively. He has to do a better job. An Olay play earlier in the ball game. That time, a missed assignment on the switch.
Follings hounded back to Solis. Solis gives to Burns. Still 12 on the shot clock. Payton doubled over on the far side. Again, cuts backdoor. Terrific feed to Nuachukwu. He's surrounded, whistles, and a travel.
And it's a travel or a three in the key. And, man, defensive energy peaking right now for Victor Valley.
And here comes DeMaurier Jones to replace Solis. Boy, you are really dialed in on that AVC sideline. You say it and they do it.
It's just guesswork. I'm getting lucky here.
Tied at 62. Angelo over the timeline.
That was close to Hill not establishing.
Angelo back out to Hill. Down to 11 on the shot clock. They kick it back out. Angelo enters to Christian in the high post. Owens will try for three. In and out. Rebound, back tap, Follings. It's a 3-on-1 as they hurry. Off to Jones, it's at his feet. Manages to corral it. In a crowd, forces one up, and a foul call.
DeMaurier saying, throw it up top, I'm going to go get it.
Jones looks like he might have caught one around the right eye. And he'll gather himself before he heads to the line for a couple of free throws. 3:37 to go. And you get the feeling that this one will be maybe down to the final possession here before it's all said and done. Still a long way to go before then as Jones misses the first free throw.
You know what loses games? Missed free throws.
Especially when it may come down to a single possession. Jones is 70% foul shooter on the season. He's got one more coming. That was the 16th foul on Victor Valley, so AVC will be taking free throws the rest of the way. He missed both, but Nuachukwu kept it alive.
OC.
A second chance here for the Marauders. Baseline move, Nuachukwu missed the layup. The rebound tapped around and Pradia's got it. Angelo ahead, Hill in from the right, passed it right to DeMaurier Jones. Jones into the front court, a little hesitation, fans it out, Payton open for three, splash! Julian Payton.
Got a kid, Jules. Keeps
having
his
a big
feet
second
ready.
half.
That's just great recognition there from Julian, the freshman, now with 13.
65-62, Antelope Valley with a 3-point lead. Christian looking for a cutting Owens. Gets it back. Down to 10 on the shot clock. Skip pass to Angelo. Hill finds the cutter. Pradia blocked. Right back. And a shot made by Hill. A tough break for AVC. The defensive possession was outstanding. But Hill in the right spot gets the carom and coolly knocks down the 12-footer.
Better be lucky than good. Full timeout on the floor. AVC with a 1-point lead, 2:37 to go.
Marauders will work at the length of the court. Leading at 65-64. You're watching Antelope Valley College basketball here on SoCalCollegeSports.com. Brought to you tonight by NBA Hall of Famer Gary Payton. Nuachukwu off to Jones. Circles around the screen. Jones, interior feed. Nuachukwu goes up again, missed the layup. Christian challenging, but Nuachukwu with the finish.
Man, Christian's all over him, and they are really letting him play, but Nuachukwu outworking everybody, puts it up and in. 3-point lead now for the Marauders.
Stays with it and gives the Marauders a 3-point lead. Owens, a little fake.
Good help
fans
from
it out.
Ah.
Prodi, a good look for three, but he missed everything. Nuachukwu has the rebound.
He was so surprised he was that wide open.
Nuachukwu over the timeline, under 2 minutes to go. Antelope Valley looking for a 2-possession lead here. If they can, well, get anything. Peyton for three, in and out.
Oh.
Rebound controlled by Christian.
I like the shot there from Julian. Very assertive.
Good look. Backdoor cut. Clark fouled.
Tinnen.
This will send him to the line. Tinnen with a good challenge.
Make him earn it. And Clark has been a little shaky at the stripe.
Missed a couple earlier, if memory serves.
Yeah,
he's a 74% foul shooter.
Not anymore.
I guess we can move him down to 73.
Not anymore.
Clark's free throw is up and good.
Ooh, shaky, but it goes.
Oh, nice job giving maybe one extra breath there, Lowell. Keeps a good pace at the line. I know that's something that you talk about a lot.
It's huge.
And I'm listening. Clark in the air and in the basket. So nice response from Clark, hitting both free throws. Back to a 1-point game. 1:21 to go.
Theme of the season against very good opponents has been the inability to keep leads down the stretch. Let's see if Antelope Valley can change the script here now in conference play.
It's eerily similar to the matchup between these two teams on December 30th, which was tight down the stretch before Victor Valley won it by 2. Foulings off to Nuachukwu. Nuachukwu, baseline drive, hangs in the air, can't get it to go. Tinnen had his hands on it, out to Peyton, 15-footer, in and out. Nuachukwu on the offensive glass again, forces one up and scores. Nuachukwu!
You are not going to outwork OC Nuachukwu.
And we got a timeout. They want a timeout at the Victor Valley sideline. And what's going on the floor now? Okay.
We got a full timeout.
So it's a full timeout. We'll step aside. 46.5 to go. Antelope Valley with a 3-point lead on SoCalCollegeSports.com.
And spread the word, everybody. If you have friends or family that could not make it to tonight's game, be sure to let them know that they can watch the game live on our YouTube channel at SoCal College Sports 1, and also archived on our YouTube channel as well if they can't get to it tonight. Also, if you have a shout out that you'd like us to get out on air, whether it be for one of your favorite players or your favorite team, be sure to tweet that to us at SoCal College SPO. That's SPO.
Under a minute to go from Antelope Valley College, and the Marauders trying to move to 3-0 in conference play, but they're up against a very game Victor Valley College squad, and it's been a tight one throughout.
It's a Victor Valley squad that nearly lost by 30 to Citrus, second-ranked team in Southern California. Guess what? The Marauders head to Citrus College on Wednesday.
Owens off to Pradia. Angelo will try for three and bury it.
Man.
35.3 to go. What a shot by Tristan Angelo.
Massive stones.
Tie it at 69. Another timeout taken. This is another full timeout. We'll step aside one more time. Back to a tie game here on SoCalCollegeSports.com.
Got a great one here tonight in the Western State East. SoCal College Sports 1, the YouTube channel. Check it out. You got an Apple TV, you got an Xbox One, you got anything with the YouTube app. And type in SoCal College Sports 1. You can catch the archive copy on demand. 35 seconds to go. We're not up at 69 all. Victor Valley and Antelope Valley.
Where do you go here if you're Antelope Valley? And I'll tell you what, Michael. I think you get something going at the basket. You got two ways that it can go right. You can make the shot, or O.C. Nuachukwu can get on the offensive glass as he's been doing in the second half. Follings over the timeline, leaves it for Nuachukwu, who just got his feet over. Very close to a backcourt violation. About a 5-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Nuachukwu leans over the dribble. Circles around the screen from Solis. Down to 8 on the shot clock, you still got time. Peyton running the baseline, he'll try for 3, caught the side of the backboard. He gets it back, 18-footer rimming, no. Rebound fought for, it's a jump ball.
Arrow stays here.
This will belong to Antelope Valley with 3.8 seconds remaining. So it's Jones who gets on the offensive glass. Well, they were looking for Peyton, but I gotta tell you, I would have liked to have seen O.C. Nuachukwu in the paint.
At the same time, you got Christian down there. It's tough. I don't mind Peyton taking the shot. What I really would have liked to see was Peyton maybe pump fake, get his man up in the air, and look for Demarier or something, some type of design lob here. 3.8 seconds to go.
And a timeout going to be taken by Antelope Valley.
Surprised you don't see Floyd in right now.
And it's a full timeout. Well, yeah. Obviously, I think Peyton taking the last shot, or taking the shot, that makes a lot of sense. Just Nuachukwu, the way he's been on the offensive glass, would have liked to have seen him, maybe seen if he can keep that ball alive. Although, as it turns out, it came back right back to Julian, and he ended up with a pretty good look that almost went down. So maybe not the way it was drawn up, but not a bad look out of the possession. And now the Marauders will get one more chance here. 3.8 seconds to go.
Well, during the last time out, you said it smells like overtime. Starting to agree with you.
It's got a certain scent, and with 3.8 to go, well, that scent is getting a little stronger.
Well, if the scent smells like hot dogs and that means overtime, then I'm with you.
Well, with 3.8 to go here, you got a couple of options if you're Antelope Valley, but I'd like to see him maybe put the ball in the hands of a guy like Demarier Jones.
Well, it's got to be Demarier. It's got to be somebody that can get their shot off quick. To be honest, I don't think Demarier has a very quick trigger. OC, I would like to see get the ball here. I'm surprised you don't maybe insert a guy like Gregory Floyd. Keep an eye out for Angelo Solis. Been cold all night. Nobody's thinking about going to him, but he can shoot it from deep. It's one of the reasons why he's in the game right now.
Jones hit a couple of threes in the first half. Something to keep in mind, too. Maybe a catch and shoot. You got time with 3.8 seconds remaining here in regulation. We're tied at 69. Peyton will bring it in baseline right. Looking for the lob. Lobs it into Jones. He's got it. Angles left. Double pump is good! Demarier Jones! At the buzzer. Antelope Valley 3-0 in conference.
Well, he's on the highlight reel tonight with the lob. And hey, Mama Tamisha, how about a game winner? 71-69, Antelope Valley improves to 3-0 in conference.
What a finish, and Jones with the last word ends with 19 in the game. We'll step aside, come back, wrap things up very quickly. Here from Antelope Valley, the Marauders escape with the 2-point win.
71-69, a final here from Newton Gillette Court on the campus of Antelope Valley College. In AVC, a 2-point win. Now 3-0 in conference, and the man of the hour, Demarie Jones, finishing with 19. Oh, and a game winner.
How long do you want me to take it? I appreciate it.
Well, we were talking about your game before conference, and Jeff and I were talking about your ability to facilitate. You know you can score. You've really evolved as a player. Can you talk about what you've been working on leading up to conference play?
Coaches put me in leadership. I'm just doing what he's doing, well, not doing on the court because he can't play. I'm just doing what he's telling me, leading the team, playing hard.
Yeah, in the Compton tournament, I know you got a little bit banged up. The whole team seems banged up. Can you talk about the adversity that the team has really battled all season long and not being able to have a continuous bunch? Wesley's out tonight, Jamar Kemp also out, and Angelo Solis steps up, Gregory Floyd steps up, and Julian Payton. Man, what a game, too.
We just got to pay what we got. We got to be tough. I know they're going to come back during the season, so we're going to do it for them.
Yeah, one of the things about tonight, obviously, you had the last word tonight with the final shot. But can you talk about what a lift and what it meant to you guys heading down the stretch, seeing the kind of work that Osi Nwachukwu was doing on the offensive glass, a couple of big second chance points, getting on the offensive glass, keeping possessions alive?
We know Osi going to play hard. He's going to get rebounds. That's what we all should be doing. But we know he's going to step up in big times, like big moments like that. That's why he's one of the co-captains. We just got to play hard for each other.
You know, you guys, you're starting to pull away here on the dunk highlights this season, but the guys, I know they want to get back and see if they can catch you because you're starting to put up a pretty big lead here on the amount of dunks this year.
We're just running the offense. That's what the coach is telling us to run, and that's what the outcome we get. Dunks, wide open layups, and good shots.
Well, you can expect another highlight reel this week. I know you got Mama Tamisha watching. Any other shout-outs?
I just want to do it for my fans, home crowd, my teammates, the coaches, and shout out to Nancy Joe. Her husband passed, so she wanted this win, and we got it for her.
Demarie Jones, everybody, man of the hour, game winner. ABC 3-0 here in the Western Cities. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
All right, thanks, Maria.
Back in a moment.
It's a final 71-69. Well, Michael, we've been fortunate this year covering Antelope Valley College basketball. It's been a fun team to watch, a lot of dynamic players, and no shortage of close games. And I got to tell you, this is the best one so far. This was a fabulous game down the stretch. What a great effort by the Marauders as well in a very tight game, and you talked about it. They've let a couple of close ones get away, but not this one. That's got to feel good, and maybe this is a team turning the corner and eyeing a postseason run.
Yeah, they're turning the corner, and they're turning at about 100 miles an hour here. And, well, hey, what a matchup. Now, Wednesday, going to loom very large with Citrus, also now 3-0 with the winning conference over Glendale tonight. So a battle of undefeated's coming up. What a special thanks, of course. We already talked about it, but Gary Payton, Hall of Famer of the NBA, allowing us to bring you coverage of tonight's broadcast. Scott Buckley on music, just a fantastic job. All the tracks that you hear on the broadcast, that's made by Scott Buckley of Australia. And Glenn Howler, Mike Rios, John Taylor, the entire coaching staff, everybody up here at the desk. And
Demarie Jones.
And Demarie Jones.
For sitting in postgame. Nice to get a word with him after the dynamic finish. Jones with 3.8 to go, and he knocks it down from 15 feet. I stayed away from saying there was shades of Jordan, but it was right from about that free throw line. Jordan was a few feet back, but that's for another time. The final score here tonight, 71-69 ABC in a thriller, 3-0 in conference. Next up, it's Citrus. We won't have that game for you. We will rejoin you a week from tonight with another home game here on SoCalCollegeSports.com. For Matt Henson, for Mike Zapata, I'm Jeff Stoynoff. So long, everybody.